Hi everyone, Mad Chemist Online. As you may notice, I work in a lot on my channel lately, doing models, buying equipment, all of that stuff. Most importantly, I work on my long time dream, becoming a video game reviewer. I always like the idea of not just playing games, but summarizing and giving information about them, in objective yet entertaining way. There's also lies a problem. Sometimes topic is too complex to make a video in a short time, so you need to compromise by either shortening things out, leaving a lot of things in the game unnoticed, or spending more time to create better material and increase the runtime. All that speech was here to announce an unfortunate fact of my reality. Black Ops 3 Review is in development hell. Yes, it was that complex. So I decided to give myself a shake up and write a quick review over a game that needed because it may not exist in the future. And looks like I found a perfect candidate for that specific purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, enter Highguard.
Work on mastering these tips and you will become a true warden of Highguard.
But before we jump into the game, let's talk a little bit about developers. It's very important, because devs is the key factor why this game was presented the way it was. At the end of the Game Awards. What? You thought this review will not include the development history and overcomplicated discussion about games because I tried to do it fast? No, my dear viewer. I tried to write that review in record time for me. You will enjoy my voice and narration as long as I make it be. So let's talk about the devs, the mysterious company behind Highguard, Wildlight Entertainment. Wildlight Entertainment is the group of devs who worked at many games at EA and Activision. As soon as I started to dig, I found literal walls of accreditation in well-known games like Call of Duty 4, Apex Legends, Titanfall 1 and 2, and many, many more. These are not some old games. These are literal shooter classic. So looking at the first sight there, no doubt that this game can't do anything wrong. That's what I wanted to say, but did you notice something strange here? Like how there's literally no famous industry name to back it up? I look at this guy at the leadership and I ask, who the hell are they and what are they doing in all of that games? Thanks to that, I figure out that the CEO was the head of publishing Guitar Hero franchise and also did the marketing for the first Call of Duty games. Whatever. Money guy in the money guy position is nothing new. What about this stuff that actually work on the game? Like a game director. And the game director is a level designer from old Call of Duty games. I swear to you. I looked at some credit list of these people and the best I can say to you is that they're good specialists. And that's about all. The creative director is the lead game designer for Apex Legends, art director worked on the environment in God of War 3, and everyone I just mentioned worked on Titanfall series in some capacity. It's like a Titanfall old guard decided to create a studio just to go back to the good old times. As much as I want to dunk on them, there is literally nothing bad to say. The people that I checked have a pretty high creative position in the creation of Titanfall, series that a lot of people likes. Looking from that perspective, a team who worked on many shooters before that have a lengthy experience in that field and even created Apex Legends probably will create something new, fresh, and even memorable. Because how they say to the interview to the gaming business,
I created this passion project.
so let's see what Passion Project is all about. Let's talk about gameplay. The game welcomes me with license agreement, and after that, a loading that goes on and on and on. I tried on another account and it's stuck in menu. I tried on this account and the game is crashed. But on the third try, the game is open to me. I can say the game is open its secrets.
Oh wait, okay, it was fast. It was really fast. Now what the hell is this? What the hell is this? What? Wait, I'm moving, guys. I'm moving. my god! What the hell?
Yeah, I get into the extra location that is used in menus and extra stuff, and I walk there freely. Just look at this.
It's like 3D birds. Yeah, it's 3D birds, but they're like silhouettes. They're like bird silhouettes. Oh my god, this is so broken. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's a background image. Oh wait, 3D modeled airship. Honestly, it looks okay. Looks okay. I'm free freaking camera right now. I can go through walls. Can I go through walls? No, I cannot. I at least I have a collision. At least I have a collision. Oh what? Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. The smoke effect because I'm kind of right in the airship. Oh my god. Oh my flipping god. What the?
And after that excursion into the extra location, I finally access the main menu. Unfortunately for me, the menu is not working at all.
How the hell I'm not a party leader? I'm the only one here. Oh my. Store is currently unavailable. Great. Amazing. Apparently I cannot access this game. Missing string. Missing string. Who the hell coded this game? Okay, so I have quests, which is literally quest title, missing string, quest completed 0 to 1, and a lot of missing strings. Alright. What else I have here? Training post. The new stock will be in 88 hours, 88 minutes, 88 seconds, and apparently it's not going. Good quality of the game overall. All I can see challenges. Daily will be renewed in 0 seconds. Weekly will be renewed in 0 seconds. Ranked. I don't think this game will have ranked after an experience that I experienced, and the war chests. Okay, so I don't. Wait. The 3D space I tried is this. It was this thing, yeah, the airship, the smoke, all of that. It was this space. This liminal space. Oh my freaking. Yeah, here it is, the smoke wall, everything. I figure it out. It was this thing. Fix the freaking game. Fix the freaking game. I cannot do anything. I cannot do shit.
That's my best result in trying to play Highguard. I tried 7 times that day. 7 goddamn times. Any normal players would have stopped at 1. 1 or 2. Maximum 3. But I'm not a normal player. So I tried to access this game the next day. 3rd day since the game released. That day, the luck was finally on my side, and I actually accessed the menu and all of the feature it gives us. So, let's talk about meta progression. We have Trading Post, a place where we exchange silver for random loot, a quest tab where we can complete missions for special rewards, which is time missions, they're just updates each season. Apparently, I don't know. Challenges, daily tasks that we can do for silver, and battle chest, a battle pass which will be with you forever, and you can complete it by playing the game, which is pretty good actually. You don't need to think about it too much. So I walked through menu and launched the tutorial, waited for a bit, and then the game clearly doesn't want me to review it. But even then, I didn't stop. And I tried and tried again for how long? For 19 minutes. I counted. I counted! Why the hell this game is so raw on release? But whatever, tutorial is here and it's gonna teach me how to play the game. Let's play and listen.
Here we are. Welcome to Headwolf. Let's get your warden training started.
So after basics in movement, we meet Flynn, and after basics in shooting, we go into the specifics of this game. We arrive at the mining facility, and we need to mine gems on which we can buy in-game items like weapons, armor, special ammo, and upgrades. Saddle, helmet, and medallion, giving us mount health and speed, headshot damage reduction, and perk. There are a variety of them, and I will not collect all information about them for reasons that will be said later. And talk about destructible walls. Basics, that is just wood, and fortified, which needs enough explosives to break them. We'll learn our hero's abilities and go into the map for the final part, where we collect loot, mine a little bit, and learn the rule that every time we die, the armor that's equipped on us will break. That's why we need several of them. So anyway, we pick Shield Breaker, go into the enemy's base, destroy generator and B, and tutorial is over. There are also a video that gives us more information about how to play this game, but we will come back to it later. For now, the tutorial is finished and we are ready to finally play our first game. Ah, that thing. Why am I not surprised at this point? Once again, I decided to not give up. I tried for 15 to 20 minutes, and because of the time constraints and being so done with this game, I made a decision to stop playing this game and instead find Highguard footages on YouTube that I will use instead. And what kind of opinion you can build based on my experience?
The trash! Fix the game! It sucks playing the shit!
Matt from the future speaking. While looking for footages, I also encountered a problem. There are second to none clear footages of this game. It's either a stream or an opinion on a game. The only gameplay footages I found is 26-minute gameplay, and most of that gameplay is a walkthrough of the tutorial, so that leaves me with a simple number of one game of Highguard to use. You can't do anything right, do you? So I go back on my promise, and the moment I feel that the viewers are gonna kill me in the comments for abusing this same match over and over again, I will replace it with the footages of Dynasty Warriors 9 Empire's demo version. Yes, that thing exists, and yes, you can play it for free. Needless to say, this is more entertaining than my Highguard experience. Anyway, back to the review. So yeah, I don't play the game, which made me automatically eliminated from talking about it. But I will neglect that criticism for two reasons. One, I did anything in my power to play the game and I couldn't because of the reason out of my control. Two, Highguard is a declining game and its fate has been sealed in a day 2 after release. And the main reason for me to do that review was the question: why this game cannot hold to its audience on the release? And no, the answer, the game is just bad, is too simple for a video game reviewer. Somebody should hold high standards for this craft, and tonight I will be that man. So let's try to answer that question. Why Highguard is bad from a gameplay perspective. So let's talk about that video. It shows the complete cycle of the game, which consists of 4 phases: defensive, gear up, intercept, and raid. Let's talk about each of them. Defense phase is team reinforcing their walls to protect generators, and the anchor stone. We'll talk about them later. And choose their preferred weapons. This phase will never repeat again. Next is a gear up phase, on which players gather in loot and resources and prepare for an intercept phase, which is basically capture the flag, but you need to move to the enemy's base instead. If the time of this phase runs out, respawns will be locked, and if that time runs out, raid will begin on the nearest base, marking the beginning of the raid phase. That is basically rush from battlefield, but with possibility of winning the match outright by destroying the anchor stone instead of 2 generators. If no generators were destroyed, attacker base get damaged, and the cycle repeats again until the health of one base hits 0. I understand that you may think that this is not a important information and it have nothing to do about game's problems, but trust me, that cycle in and of itself is a problem. Most of the games based around decision making. What strategy should I use? Where should I go? On what should I focus my attention? And so on and so forth. That cycle removes that out of the equation. What kind of walls should I fortify? Walls that defends the generator. What should I do on the gear up, mine or loot? The only real question that actually requires strategical thinking, but even that is limited, because all that trader sells you can easily find in chests, and the resource you need to refill your armor just in case you were killed. You cannot overtouch your enemies by focusing on mining and gathering better equipment than your opponents, because the loot escaped, and the more rarer equipment will spawn later in the cycles. So if your opponents or teammates are not looking at endless birds in the sky, you will always be equal no matter what. Intercepts? That just a free player shoot out the winner of which get a shield breaker and try to plant it, while the defending team tries to stop them, and if they succeed, there will be a turnover and this cycle repeats. If it takes too much time, they will lock respawns to ensure that one team will start the raid phase. And raid is basically rush, battlefield bad company style. Blow up 2 generators and you win. Blow up anchor stone and you also win. If you blow up 1 generator and win an intercept next round, you win too. And if you were unsuccessful in your tries to destroy the generator, the damage will equals out, and that will be a draw again. But the winner will always decide by active action, generator destruction or winning intercepts. You don't need to think what to do. The game gives you a pipeline of the match, and the time gates inside that match will make sure that you follow it with no creativity and no tactic whatsoever. In an interview to DualShockers, they say that this game was inspired by Minecraft Bed Wars. But in Bed Wars, you have not 2 but 4 teams, sometimes even more, and that teams is not defended by invincible barriers, but by blocks players buy from the store on currency that was generated on the resource generators. And that is the decision making. What should I do? Attack, defend, or make more territory for more resources and overpower them through economy? Decisions like that cannot exist in Highguard. Based on what I said earlier, strategy part of this game are not existent. It not only eliminates strategy but creativity inside the flow of the game and completely prevent turning it into something decisive, making shooting the only decisive factor here. And the shooting, well, it's just Apex. Same movement, same shooting, even same weapons. In terms of shooting, this game brings nothing to the table. If something, it takes from you. Different types of grenades, you only have frag, and bigger character roster. This game only have 6 of them. But that's not enough to choose this over Apex, because the one difference this game have over Apex is the game mode, and capture and flag rush mix, that Apex don't have, but it could easily be replicated in map editor if Apex had one. But overall idea is good. For a beta version, where game designers can test their ideas, figure out what went wrong, and increase the amount of players from 3 to 5. Increase the amount of sides fighting from 2 to 4, and make people mining ore to buy enhancements, like better weapons and armor, mounts to increase their movement, tanks, planes. Instead, we have an Apex Lite with a simulation of tactical elements, which they swear is entertaining. And in that case, I want to ask a question. What are they thinking? The shooter market is oversaturated as it is. There are not enough people who still wants to play every shooter on the planet, even if it is free to play, because time is valuable, and if you tell that you can spend it better somewhere else, player will choose to do that. And that's the problem. The idea is just not good enough. Initial idea may be good, but realization is flawed. And in the case of a free-to-play shooter, flawed beyond repair. I want to say that this game have future, but it needs a rework of gameplay. The thing that they are showing right now is not good enough for the competitive mode. Not speaking about casual at this point. If we look at SteamDB for the moment of writing these lines, The game have 7,628 concurrent players. And I'm sure that more than half of them are not donating into the game. Will that small portion of paying players be enough to keep the company afloat and the game designers make the game enjoyable for more players? Is the question that I cannot answer. All I can say is that the game is mediocre at best. In terms of multiplayer, I can name you obscure PlayStation 3 games that will overshadow Highguard any day of the week. Starhawk, Fat Princess, or even Ratchet and Clank Full Frontal Assault. You will find a game to play even if Highguard don't survive. A lot of people hate this game because it takes place at the prime slot of Game Awards, but ask yourself a question. Would anyone will ever heard about Highguard if that wouldn't happen? Probably not. It would have launched into obscurity and die in that same obscurity. With that presentation, Wildlight had a chance to make it big, and they failed in the process for a collective entertainment of the internet. Will they make a comeback? And will we ever hear about Highguard in the future? Probably not. Developers will support it for a time being, and after being unsuccessful for some time, they'll probably abandon this project, sealing a deal on its fate completely. And at the end of the day, we'll say that this was another failed project of a modern era. All the links and footages will be linked in the description as the information that I found, so you can check this out yourself. If you enjoyed this hastily written analysis from an amateur video game reviewer, help me with the algorithm by using the like button, or leaving a comment that talks about the game, or joins the discussion. Or just write that Dynasty Warriors game looks better than Highguard, that works too. Black Ops 2 review is in active development, but I cannot promise that it will be here soon, because I want to do a 3D animation and not just move my head around. If you want to see that evolution of the channel, you can subscribe. Maybe that will make me stream more often, and not once in 2, 3, 4 days. Anyway, that's it for me. My name is Mad Chemist, and transmission.